The best way to stay productive and efficient as an artist or producer in the year 2020. Let's get into it. So being productive and efficient as an artist or producer in this new decade is going to be very important because it's very oversaturated. You're going to have so much competition. How are you going to differentiate yourself, and how are you going to keep up and get your ideas out in an efficient way, and also in the most creative way as possible? These are things that we're going to talk about right now. So, being in this very saturated market that we are in now, the best way to stay productive and efficient as an artist or producer in the year 2020 and these next few years coming up is that you want to stay as organized as possible. It is so much harder to get out ideas and keep everything together when you're not organized. It just makes everything so much slower. Your process is slower because you have to think about everything. You have to think about what you're going to do every time you do it instead of just having a system down. Systems are so important to have in place if you want to, really succeed, especially in this new decade where, everyone is doing everything. Everyone is doing the same thing. All artists are knowing how to release music and make videos and make artwork and all of these things. You want to stay ahead of the game, so you have to be super efficient, and organizing your folders are going to help you tremendously. I have to say that again. Organizing your folders are going to help you tremendously, because by doing that, what you're actually doing is setting a system in place for all your music, and it's a funnel now. So every time you make a song or a beat, you know exactly where it's going. Every time you're done with a project, you know exactly where it's going. So if someone wants that that beat or that project, you know exactly how to get to it. You know exactly what genre it is. You know exactly what is labeled. You know exactly what the BPM is, what the scale is. You want to have all that information available for the artist or the producers or whoever wants the material that you have. If you're a producer, it makes it so much easier to post on BeatStars, Airbit, or any streaming services, because you already have them organized. So you can just go to the folders and just drag them up on the platforms and just let them upload. Just like that, so easy. You don't have to wait and then do it so last minute and have everything just all out of whack. It's going to take way longer. Or let's say you were out. Let's say you were an artist or a producer and you were out and about, and let's say you met Drake, or let's say you met Kendrick Lamar, or whoever one of your favorite rappers or creatives are. Let's say you met them and they were like, hey, and I don't know, for some reason they heard your song, or you showed them your song and they were like, oh, I need that right now. I'm going to the studio right now. I need that. And let's say this is like your one chance to do it, to collab with this artist. Like, if you're not organized or prepared, then they get so many types of songs and beats all the time. Like, it's just gonna fly by them, just like that. And that's just an opportunity that you just missed, So that's just one scenario. There's so many different scenarios that being organized is so helpful for. It's just extremely helpful. So also, as an artist or producer, it's easy to when you're going out in public, it's very easy to show people like your beats and all that if you have it organized in folders on your phone. Maybe you have a Dropbox and you have it connected, and you have all your folders organized. It's very easy that way too as well. That's how I do it. I keep everything on the Dropbox, and it helps so much. So I don't have to really carry anything around. I just have my phone on me. That's all you need. And like I said, projects too, organizing projects it'll be easier to, like, if an artist or someone you're working with wants the project, or they want to change something about the song and the project, it's easy for you to go back and be like, oh, it's right here, let me type it in, or let me search it, and then going in there and just making those changes very quickly. You know what I mean? I think one of the worst things you could do, honestly, and I think a lot of producers and artists do it, is just putting dates on your beats or your songs. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not one of the worst things, but it's a strategy behind it I think you should have. So you want to have you want to put the date on it, but you also want to name it too as well. You know, names can be remembered better than, you know, just a date. You know, if I just have October 3rd, I'm not gonna remember a beat like that, you know what I mean? But if I have a beat called Marilyn Monroe, I'm gonna remember that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna remember that beat. So you know, maybe you put Marilyn Monroe and then you put October 3rd or whatever day that I said. You know, maybe you put those together instead of one, because it'll be hard just to remember the date. I think it would be hard, you know, unless you have a fantastic memory. Then kudos to you, you know what I mean? But that's another way. So if you implement these strategies, I think they will help you tremendously. You know, it's little things like this that will take you a long way, you know, because every little thing matters. You know, once you get to a point, you want to be to where everything is just like clockwork, you know, to where you're just making music and you know exactly where it's going at all times. That's the best way to get things done and to be efficient. And, you know, also planning, but, you know, that's another discussion for another day. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. My name is McQueen, and I will see you next video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. So let me know in the comments below what is your best way of being productive and efficient. I'd love to, you know, get more ideas too as well. You know, we're a community of creatives, so, you know, we all should help each other out. I'm going to be checking all the comments and replying to all you guys, so, you know, let me know what you think. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next video. Peace.